The Modi government is all set to launch the Rs 15,000 crore mission for the socio-economic development of vulnerable tribal groups in the country. The money will be spent over a period of 3 years on providing basic infrastructure in tribal areas. Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I am Risha Chitlangia, and today in this special episode, I am going to explain not only about the mission but why it was conceived. The Pradhan Mantri, particularly Vulnerable Tribal Groups Development Mission, was announced by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the budget this year. But before I tell you about the mission, let me tell you about the particularly vulnerable tribal groups or PVTGs. There are 75 notified PVTGs in 17 states and 1 union territory. These tribal groups live in remote, isolated and difficult areas, mostly in forest, in small and scattered habitats. They are more vulnerable groups among India's scheduled tribes. Although the central government has been allocating Rs 250 crores annually under the development of PVTGs since 2015, it is for the first time that welfare measures are being proposed on such a large scale for them. Under the mission, the centre plans to spend Rs 15,000 crore over a period of 3 years to provide drinking water supply, housing, road infrastructure, healthcare facilities, 4G network connectivity and livelihood options in 22,000 PVTG habitations. These habitations are in states such as Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu, Tripura. Pole-bound Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh have a PVTG population of around 4.1 lakh and 1.1 lakh respectively according to the 2011 census. Officials in Union Tribal Affairs Ministry said that the mission has been approved by the Finance Ministry's Expenditure Finance Committee and soon will be placed before the Union Cabinet for approval. For a comprehensive development of PVTG habitations, the Ministry has identified 11 interventions such as providing housing, healthcare facilities, water supply, road connectivity, 4G and mobile network, electrification of houses, education, Anganwadi centers, multi-purpose facility centers, livelihood options and focused development of 60 aspirational PVTG blocks. All the interventions will be carried out by various ministries through their ongoing welfare schemes, for which the Tribal Affairs Ministry will make some amendments in the ongoing schemes such as PM Awas Yojana, PM Gram Sadak Yojana. These amendments are needed as a large number of PVTG habitations don't meet the criteria for implementation of most of the schemes. Most government schemes such as for road development in rural areas, opening of medical centers or schools and Anganwadis centers rely on population and distance criteria. For instance, a village should have a population of around 500 to be covered under the central government's Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. But of the 22,000 PVTG habitations, close to 15,000 have a population of less than 100. Therefore, there is a need to amend the norms so that the central government schemes can be implemented in these villages. For providing housing to 7 lakh plus families, the Tribal Affairs and Rural Development Ministries are carrying out a gap analysis so that houses can be provided under the central government's PM Awas Yojana. The ministry plans to tweak the norms as most of the PVTGs live in forest areas and have been provided land under Forest Rights Act and don't have land rights over it. So an amendment will be made in the PMAY scheme to include PVTGs. Mobile connectivity is an issue as these villages are in remote areas. The Tribal Affairs Ministry has identified close to 3,000 PVTG villages that don't have any mobile network or 4G network. The Department of Telecommunications under the Ministry of Communications will provide mobile connectivity to these villages under the mission. There are some households in PVTG villages which are not electrified. The Tribal Affairs Ministry is in discussion with the Power Ministry to set up mini grids in villages to electrify all households in PVTG habitations. If mini grids are not possible, then these households will be provided electricity connection through solar power through the Ministry of New and Renewable Energies scheme. Since PVTG population in most habitations is under 100, The ministry is planning to set up hostels near existing residential schools for children, deploy 10 mobile vans in each village, open multipurpose centers where Anganwadi centers are not feasible, and provide common drinking water taps where piped water lines is not possible. For planning all social and other infrastructure provision in these villages, the Tribal Affairs Ministry is getting them mapped through PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan platform. That's all for now, but we will get you the latest on this and more on the print.